Boston Globe editorial board member. It's great to have you. And of course, he did apologize. I want to share what he tweeted with people so they have the full context. He said, "I didn't get it out exactly the way I thought I did, so I apologize to anyone who felt slighted or upset by my response. As I said, it wasn't about Trump voters, supporters, or employees, current or former. And I set myself up for the 6-second soundbite. No excuses. Can't nail every interview. My skin is thick enough." And he goes on and on and on. But to me, Carine, it sounds like when somebody, if I feel upset and somebody says to me, "I'm so sorry you feel that way," instead of just saying, "I'm sorry about it," period.
And what's funny is he basically did what is Democrats' worst nightmare days before the election, which is platforming a ton of Republican women, which is, a group that Republicans have struggled with voting in the past. But here they are all over the airwaves defending themselves. So he's essentially, platformed all these people. And I'm sure Democrats are losing their minds over it. But have we not learned anything from 2016? The deplorables comment, going from there to garbage last week to Trump women aren't intelligent. I mean, it's a disaster. The left hasn't learned its lesson on this.
Well, and it's also so interesting because there was a time not long ago when the left was really, it was supposed to stand out as the party of women.
Yes.
And it in the last, I don't know how many years, you figure it out, they have completely gone the other direction. I think a lot of women now are saying, what happened to this party?
Well, we sat here when we had that news that broke when he said it, and Jackie, we immediately said, well, if you're his wife or his daughter or his mother, you're now kind of a little ticked off and like offended or embarrassed or whatever that is.
Who worked in his administration. He had many capable, qualified women, and I'm sure that he will do it again. Ultimately, when you put all these things together, to me, it just feels like he's alienating people. And as you said, that is dangerous at the last minute.
Yeah, and I mean, Kamala Harris is trying to run to the center, saying she's going to be, much like Joe Biden did, say she's going to be this sort of unity candidate. And he turned out not to be, and she's sending signals that she might not turn out to be.
I want to talk about one strong, intelligent voter. It's Elon Musk's mother. I believe we have a soundbite from her. Take a listen.
I would watch CNN and MSNBC and read the New York Times, and oh, wow. The Republicans are terrible, and I didn't know that. But then they'd also say Elon is terrible, and I'm thinking, why are they lying about Elon? When I resigned from the Democrats, I just felt such a relief that I'm not part of the party that's now malicious and dishonest.
What do you make of that? Her reason for becoming a Democrat and going to being a Republican?
It's a story I hear over and over again at rallies. I actually heard it a ton at MSG when I was covering last week from former Democrats who are now voting Republican. And it's the story that you hear from unconventional Republican voters, or what you would think to be unconventional Republican voters. Immigrants, minorities saying, we felt lied to by the left. They said they were going to help us. They said that they were the party for us, and the results just weren't there. And I mean, there is some data to back that up. When we talk about the shift in black men towards Donald Trump, employment was better for them during the Trump years.
Can I ask you about one demographic? You've got young women who have typically been in Kamala Harris's camp. But you hear comments like this, and you see everybody out there, as you said, who's been platformed now to say, wait, I'm an intelligent voter. Why are you disregarding me? Is this the kind of thing that might also bring younger women voters potentially into Trump's camp?
Maybe some. I'd say I'm pretty skeptical, just given that most young women under 30 list abortion as their top issue, and Democrats have done a very good job running on that issue. But Republicans are excelling with young men in particular, which is an area that there's a lot of risk because they don't really turn out. But if they do this election and they seem quite frustrated, and they might, there's a lot of reward. So I think that focusing on young men more than young women made more sense for Republicans this time around.
It's a big if, but it's been a big part of their messaging. Donald Trump has said it, get out and vote, get out and vote early. And he's been speaking to those men directly. Another group, as you mentioned, that she has pushed aside and alienated. Carine, great to see you. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.